Hello again, everybody. This is getting to be a little bit more of a habit than I would have liked. The reason for this video today is PR. PR companies. I hear people talking about the sugars a lot. And where do I start? This video has actually been provoked by PR spin doctors that just don't realise what a terrible job they're doing. And I'm not actually referring to the sugars. I'm talking about people spinning on behalf of Prince Charles and Queen Camilla. I have just listened to a gentleman on, I think it's GB News or something like that. I have no idea who he is. And it's really important, I think. I'm actually trying to stay calm, quite livid with the whole thing, because I've had a belly full of it all my life. Do you ever feel they're lying to you on the telly? They always try and spin things differently to the way they are. They just cannot be honest. And the latest thing is to employ PR firms, to employ bots, to have these bot farms go attack people on social media to try and twist and force people to like something or to dislike something. Now, I was 10 years old when Princess Diana and Prince Charles got engaged. At that age, I was not really into it. I didn't really get into it my whole life until a couple of years before she died. And I watched the Panorama interview. That's a whole other subject. But these days, I'm hearing the PR that is on behalf of Prince Charles is not working on me. You're not winning me over with it's actually just as I start to like Camilla and Charles and I think, yeah, go for it, why not? Just as they're winning me over, and I'm not a die-hard fan. I just really resent being spoken to, and that's how it feels when they're talking. And I hear something like this.
There were literally some of those die-hard fans who were
die-hard
harm, I think, had the police not intervened. But that's a long time ago, isn't it?
And I don't know who this guy is.
Point precisely. Sarah calls them, die-hard Diana fans. I think they're deluded Diana fans, It's time to move on. The poor woman has been dead for 25 years.
Right, okay, several points there. Number one, I'm not a die-hard fan, I'm not deluded, but I have a memory and I have a thinking brain of my own, and I can make decisions of my own. So there's a few things, and these critics of Diana, what they really want us to do is hate Princess Diana. Everything is her fault. And love Camilla and love Charles. And they are going about it in a very, very wrong way. Let the poor lady rest in peace. No, she was a part of history. And even if she wasn't a part of history, as an example, my father has been dead for 27 years, and I think we talk about him just about every single day. My mother's been dead for 8 years, and we talk about her all the time, because they were fabulous. They existed in our family. Now, not only was Diana a private person, she was a public figure. Why don't they say things like, poor Anne Boleyn, it's been such a long time. We should let the poor lady rest in peace. Take it off the school curriculums. Don't teach anybody about Anne Boleyn or Catherine Howard. What about Wallis? Do I ever hear them say, let the poor lady rest in peace? And how many documentaries and programmes on? Because she was a part of history. She has her place in history. Diana has her place in history. What they mean when they say, let the poor lady rest in peace is, forget her. Shut up about her and accept Camilla's a goddess. Now, this is nothing personal against Charles and Camilla as people, because I don't know what they're like. This video is about PR machines. Now, maybe I'm the only person on planet Earth. The only other person I've seen who similarly feels like me seems to be Dan Wootton. And I'm right there with you, Dan. You and me, we're the last deluded too. We're fanatics. We're not people who are allowed to have memories. This is a form of twisting history. Now, I highly disapprove of that as much as I do Meghan's PR machines trying to twist history, which I have seen. But it's been around long before Meghan. She's just like it's gone to an extreme. I mean, this guy, Christopher Boozy, he's absolutely obsessed with Yankee Wally. I mean, fanatically obsessed. I go and check on his Twitter feed like once a week, thinking he must have moved on to something else. And they are like rants. They're not threats, but they're like rant, 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 rant. I'm a loony, I'm a loony. My name's Christopher Boozy. And I just don't think he realises how he's coming across. He's not winning people over. If you're in PR, and I'm not, I work in customer service, very, very different thing. I work with animals and children and all the worst elements you can imagine, and the weather, and people get upset. And there is no way I would ever calm our clients down or reassure them if I started insulting them and saying, you're deluded, you're stupid. I don't even think it, actually. It's not like I'm not saying it. I don't think it. I look at the poor people and I think, I'm with you, I've got your problem. When did it become a great strategy to make Camilla popular by getting everybody to hate Diana and diss Diana's memory? And I have seen some of my YouTubers, actually only one, no, there's two, and they are none of them. I saw Taz did a video on Queen Camilla and I thought it was magnificent. I thought she did a brilliant job on it, and I totally respect those are her thoughts and opinions, and I'm right there with her. These are my thoughts and opinions. For me, it's a bit more complicated with the Queen Camilla situation because I'm older and I've seen this sort of spin. And if only we had had YouTube in the days of Diana, and we'd had Yankee Wally, Murky Meg, and according to Taz, and the other YouTubers like them, they would not be getting away with an awful lot of what they're doing now. What those three YouTubers are doing today, I see them as real royal commentators. They're not saying it's fact, they're giving their opinions, but it's a current affairs and they're going along with the topic. And so people can go back through their videos and they can look stuff up. Very, very useful. Yankee particularly was one of the first YouTubers who highlighted some actual evidence of stuff that I went and looked at. And I thought, ooh, that's excellent. That's way more useful than royal commentators. I was watching a documentary on Queen Camilla that can't be that old. And one of the real royal commentators, not like the hate speech YouTubers that we're all supposed to disown, which I'm not going to do because I think they're fabulous, all of them. She actually had the gall to say, I'm not going to name her, a real royal correspondent, worked for the BBC. She claimed to people today that she had no idea that the Panorama interview was going to air until the actual day it aired. Well, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. I only found out about the interview. I wasn't following things. I didn't read newspapers. I wasn't following it on the internet. I wasn't interested. I had no idea Diana was going to do an interview until it hit the news, and as I recall, the palace tried to get a court injunction and all the press were outside the courts going, oh, are they going to let the interview go ahead? Are they going to stop the interview? That's the way I remember it. Maybe I'm deluded. Maybe I don't have a memory. Maybe I need brainwashing by some PR people to see if I can misremember things or change history and make it a little bit more kindfulness and mindful, I don't know, or some nonsense like that. But that's how I found out about it. I was like, whoa, she did a what now? We're going to see a what now on the telly? That's amazing. Princess of Wales, really? Did she do that? And I was sitting in front of that telly, cross-legged, nose up against the screen. But the BBC correspondent who works at the BBC, she didn't find out until like an hour before it aired. Oh my God, what a shock. She seriously expects people to believe that? How would a TV channel promote and bill a big programme like that? Would they actually say, not telling? What's on at 9 o'clock? Not saying. It's a secret. What's the content of Panorama? Oh, shh, you'll have to watch it. No, of course, they're going to bill it and bill it and bill it. Did Oprah keep it a major secret that Harry and Meghan were going to do an interview? Perhaps that royal correspondent only found out, minutes before it actually aired. I think we all knew that the interview was coming. And in 20 years' time, are people going to try and change history? So this video is really more for younger people. Be aware that people change history. They twist the facts. They twist everything. Camilla being queen, never mind that. Never mind that. I think Camilla's okay, actually. And I bet if Princess Diana was alive today, she'd make it her business to try and smooth things and help. I really do. But these groupies of Prince Charles, I don't know if they're being paid. Oh my God, battery flat. I don't know if they're being paid or if they're actually part of a PR machine or if they're just doing it of their own volition. But if they just stop doing it, you are not doing him any favours. You're not winning me over at all. Any more than Meghan's PR is winning me over or Christopher Boozy is making me like Meghan. You're making me dislike Meghan. You're making me like her even less. Stop what you're doing. The Sussex people, things I've heard on the internet that they come out with, that is not good PR. It is a bad strategy. And I would say exactly the same for Camilla and Charles. If you are paying these people, get better PR people. And if you're not being paid PR people, royal correspondents, whatever nonsense you're going to come out with to try and smooth it over, big Camilla up by all means, big Charles up. Yeah, we're all looking forward to that one. Whatever you do, do not slag off Princess Diana. And no, I won't let her rest in peace. I think she was lovely and I want to remember her just as much as I want to remember my dad and my mum and the way that I hope my kids will remember me and Graham and their kids maybe. I haven't quite got there yet. Anyway, rant over. It's probably just me. I'm probably the only person apart from Dan Wootton. But I'm sorry, enough with the Diana bashing.